everybody, Jefferson Webster here. Last time we talked about the highest dollar and lowest dollar video games in my collection, according to PriceCharting.com. Today, I'm going to talk about everything that hit the cutting room floor, the things that PriceCharting couldn't find. So let's get into it. One of the things I've been doing recently is trying to find things that can't be priced, that aren't on eBay. That way you have a little bit more of an advantage with negotiating and trying to identify a price. One of those things being autographed video games. They could be signed by voice actors or the dev team. So just for example, I've got a copy, a signed label here of Squishies, a VR game on the PS4 by the developer. I've got a PC booklet signed by Tiger Woods with a COA, Tiger Woods PGA Tour. That's a pretty cool item. I've got a signed copy of Bases Loaded 3 by Ryan Sandberg with a COA. I've got a signed copy of Monster 4x4 on the GameCube by all of the people who drive the trucks. I have no idea if this is worth any money. I think I paid $9 for it, but it's kind of cool, right? I have a signed copy of, this isn't really a game, but when they released Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn, this was part of a promotional pack. I think there's only 200 of these, and he signed these, and it's a fake SNES cart, which is really cool. So I bought this from a guy, I can't remember what country it was. It was in like Central America, but really cool guy, bought it off eBay. Really cool item. Riddick Bowe Boxing on the SNES, signed by Riddick Bowe with the COA. You know, whatever, this kind of stuff. Magic Johnson Fast Break on the NES with a COA. What else we have? Voice actors. So Last of Us. I have this signed on the PS3 by all the voice actors in the game. Pretty cool item there. This is one of the coolest things, I think. Red Dead Redemption, the first one, is one of my favorite games. And this is signed by a bunch of the folks on the dev team. And it's just cool to kind of look up some of their names on LinkedIn. And in LinkedIn, you can kind of see what levels or campaigns or missions they worked on. And just a really, really cool item. And probably will never sell this. I just think it's really cool. And one of the coolest things in my collection, for sure. And I can't make out who signed this, but it's funny. Somebody signed the mustache. And somebody signed some of the things on the back art. So at some point I need to find out if these are things that they specifically worked on, but really, really cool piece there. Similarly, Saints Row, the third game, dev team signed this one too. So lots of autographs on this guy. Have no idea what any of these are worth, by the way. Okay, so those are all the signed things. I have a couple more smattered everywhere, but those are the kind of the coolest ones. I also go after things that pretty rare and interesting. So I have a Titan AE demo disc on the PS1. This game was never released and it's sealed, which sucks because I kind of want to check out the game and play it, but I also like the fact that it's sealed. Pretty cool. Might make it more valuable, but yeah, so I have this, don't know what it's worth, bought it off eBay, thought it'd be a cool item to have. Titan AE is kind of a divisive movie. You like it or you don't. Had a cool soundtrack. It was loaded with great voice acting. So anyway, that's there. I have that. I've also tried to track down some video game prototypes. Some of these get pretty pricey, but I try to buy ones that are interesting or cool. I have a Soul Calibur Broken Destiny test sample for the PSP. So I thought that was a pretty cool item. I didn't pay a lot for it, so pretty cool. And this one's really interesting. So this is Rolly on the NES, and this is the only prototype in existence. And I messaged the developer, because I found it, this game store, I think I bought it off Whatnot. And I messaged the developer and I said, hey, are you okay with this being out in the wild? I'll get it back to you if you want it. Because, if you create something, it's hard to let it go. And he sent me a note back saying like, no, it's cool. I'm glad somebody's got it that appreciates it. So one of a kind right here. Really cool, rolling on the NES. And then this is probably my most prized possession video game. I've made it well known that I love baseball stars on the NES. It was the first video that I've put on YouTube. And this is I don't know if it's a prototype or a test cartridge, but on the Famicom, they put out, I don't know how many of these there are. This is number 19, but this is a sample of the Famicom version of Baseball Stars. And I can't imagine there's very many of them. And I bought it off of a collector in Nashville who has this massive collection of over like 25,000 games. And but you can definitely tell it's not a regular cartridge. It's a lot heavier. So if you're looking for some of these, make sure that's one test. As you can tell, it's heavier. The other pieces, like open it up, look at the board, that kind of thing. But anyway, not many of these in the entire world. And it's pretty cool that I tracked this down. This is also the game that I've spent the most on in my entire collection, but I felt like it was kind of a cool piece of video game history that I had to have. So anyway, guys, those are kind of the weird random things that I had in my collection that PriceChart couldn't find, so I figured I'd share them with you. So, all right, see ya.